Hi guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to the Wandering Reader. Today I'm going to be doing my Booktuber Shoutouts video. Over the last couple of weeks there have been lots of videos like this go up because of the YouTube demonetization debacle. I'm sure you already know lots about that, so I'm not going to go into it now. And if you don't, then there are loads of videos that people have put up and you can just go and, I don't know, look at the hashtag on Twitter or something like that. So I'm not particularly bothered about my channel being demonetized because I am one of the channels that is going to happen to. I do have over 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have over 4,000 hours of watch time. But I'm not particularly bothered. I don't do this for the money. You know, I'm a very small channel anyway, so I've never had a payout yet. And you know, I think you're basically living in a dream world if you're doing it for the money, because it just doesn't work when it comes to Booktube. When it comes to gaming and beauty channels on YouTube, then yeah, great. But obviously you have to work your way up from scratch and things like that. But Booktube just isn't that. So yeah. But, you know, I wanted to definitely take this opportunity to shout out some channels that I watch really regularly and that I think would really deserve some new subscribers. So I know I personally love hearing about new Booktube channels, and I've watched loads of these videos over the last couple of weeks and picked up a load of new ideas for subscribers, and kind of slowly working my way through some of their videos. So I'm hoping that you guys will get a lot out of this too. I decided to shout out some channels that have got under 1,000 subscribers and that I think really deserve to have more. So let's jump into the channels that I want to talk about today. The first channel that I want to talk about is Amanda, and her channel is Amanda Jenna. And I started watching her channel about 3 months ago now. She's a British booktuber, but I believe she lives in Wales, and she reads quite a lot of Welsh literature, which is a nice little different and niche thing about her channel. She's really down to earth, and she reads a variety of different things, including literary fiction and classics. She's doing a project this year where she's reading all of Daphne du Maurier's works. We did a buddy read a couple of weeks ago of My Cousin Rachel, and it was so lovely being able to chat to her about it and bounce ideas off each other. And yeah, and it was great reading my second Daphne du Maurier book, so yeah, I would definitely check her out. The next channel that I want to shout out is Amber over at Amber Eats Books, and I believe that she's from the States. And I really love her channel just because she reads such a wide variety of different things. So she puts up the sort of what you might call the normal bookish content, so wrap-ups, TBRs, reviews, tags, but she does some other things as well. And I just really like her down-to-earth style and the fact that she reads lots and lots of different things. She also does some library hauls, and of course you guys know that I do want to visit my library more over the next year or so, hence why I'm trying to get my TBR down. So yeah, she's just absolutely lovely and definitely deserves more subscribers. The next channel that I want to shout out is Lucy and Scott, and they're over at Bookish. And again, I think I've been watching their channel for about 4 or 5 months now. They're a relatively new channel. What I love about this channel is that it's a couple, so we've got, you know, 2 booktubers in one, and I really like that. So they do some videos together, but they also do some separate videos as well. And because they've got very different reading tastes, it's quite nice to be subscribed to them and get kind of a wide variety of different recommendations. They've done their own original tag, which is the Genre Buster tag, which I did a couple of months ago. So they're full of new ideas, and they've also got a website called, I think it's bookaxe.com, but I'll link it down below, where you can get recommendations for different books and things. So I would definitely check that out too. Next up I want to shout out Vicky, and she's at Chapter 32. She's got quite a small booktube channel, but I absolutely adore her. She reads a lot of non-fiction and a lot of movie adaptations, and yeah, she has some great recommendations. She recently did a bookshelf tour which was really interesting, and yeah, she's got some great recommendations, so I definitely think more people should check her out because she definitely deserves it. Next up, I want to shout out Chris from Bookish Cauldron. And I don't subscribe to a lot of male booktubers, but he's one of the ones that I do, and he's obviously got under 1,000 subscribers and definitely deserves more. He's so interesting the way that he talks about books, and again he reads a wide variety of different things, but also he reads quite similar things to me, except for fantasy. He reads a bit more fantasy than I do. But for example, when I read the Bailey shortlist and the Man Booker shortlist, he was also reading and reviewing some of those on his channel too. So if you're into literary fiction or following book prizes during the year, then I would definitely check him out. He also does some really good individual book reviews where he goes into his thoughts, and like I said, he's so intelligent and articulate when it comes to talking about his opinions of books, so I would definitely check him out. Next up is Amanda from Cooke Read Create. To be honest, I was quite surprised that she hadn't reached 1,000 subscribers yet, just because I think her channel is absolutely fantastic. She started off with her own bookish blog, which obviously she still has, and then she started her YouTube channel. So she's quite invested is the wrong word, but she's kind of into the bookish community, and she has a lot of links with publishers and things like that. And she's also an Australian booktuber, so she talks about a lot of Australian fiction, particularly young adult fiction, on her channel, and that's kind of a nice contrast to, because I tend to subscribe to a lot of British and a lot of booktubers from the States. But she's obviously from Australia, so you get a lot of different recommendations from her. What I love about her channel too is that she does videos where she makes vegan food, and also she does nail art tutorials. So she takes the covers of books that she's recently read or reviewed, and she will do nail art based on the covers, and it is absolutely stunning. I cannot believe how talented she is. And yeah, I just love listening to her talk about books, so you definitely need to check her out too. Next up is Robin from Driftless Reader. I feel like I've got to know Robin a little bit better in January because we did a buddy read of The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon. It was so lovely talking to her about the book, but also about other things to do with our lives that were kind of related to the book too. So she reads a lot of historical fiction and cosy mysteries, and in fact she has her own Goodreads buddy group, which I think is called Blast from the Past. So, and that focuses on historical fiction. So if you're a big fan of historical fiction, I would definitely check out her channel, and I would suggest joining up to her buddy reads group on Goodreads as well, because they do read a wide range of different historical fiction books. Yeah, and it's great if you love that genre. Next up, I want to shout out Mary, and she's from Happily Ever Esh. And I really love Mary. I just love listening to the way that she talks. She's so soothing on her channel. And Krista said this in one of her recent Booktuber Shoutout videos. She said that she tends to follow people who she really likes listening to, like the sound of their voice, and I totally agree with that. I think if you can't get on with the way that somebody talks, I find it quite irritating, and I don't tend to gravitate towards watching their videos, but definitely if somebody talks really in a really soothing way, or I just really like their accent, then I'm immediately drawn to what they're saying, and that's definitely the case with Mary. I absolutely love the way she talks. But she hauls a lot of books from the library as well, and reads a wide variety of different things. So again, if you like library hauls, and if you like reading from a wide variety of different genres, she would definitely be one to check out. I absolutely love her, and I think, yeah, she definitely deserves more subscribers too. Next up is Andie, and she's over at It's a Reading Thing, and I only discovered her channel I think just before Christmas, so I've only been watching her channel for a few weeks, but I really love the content that she puts up. It seems to me that she reads a lot of YA and a lot of series, especially fantasy and science fiction orientated, but mainly sort of based in the YA category. And I love YA just like I love a variety of different genres, so it's great listening to her talk about things. She seems to participate in a lot of readathons, so if that's your kind of thing as well, then it would be great to check her channel out. And she started doing these videos called My Week in a Nutshell, and she'll go through what sort of books that she's been reading what she's finished and what she's planning on reading for the weekend. So it's kind of like a Friday Reads video, but she doesn't always put it up on a Friday, and it's obviously her version of it. So yeah, I just think she's really interesting to listen to, and I like the range of books that she has and her recommendations. Next up, I want to talk about Elizabeth, and she's over at Lizzie Faye Loves Books, and I found her channel through Lisa from Books and Smiles, and I've been following her since she shouted her out. And I really love her channel. She is an American booktuber, and she puts up a Friday Reads video every week, and she's always reading so many different things. And I just feel myself thinking, you know, how can you keep that many things on the go at the same time? It's just really interesting how she juggles everything. She listens to a lot of audiobooks, which she gets from the library. So if you're interested in audiobook recommendations, I would definitely check her channel out too. And she tends to do themed reading months. So for example, in December she did a Christmas sort of reading month, and she just read books that were about Christmas, and she does other things like that during the year. So if you like that kind of thing, like themed reading months and particular recommendations for particular times of year, then I would definitely check her channel out too. Next up is Erin, and she's over at Rather Be Reading, and she's been on Booktube for quite some time, and I just don't understand how she doesn't have more subscribers than what she's got right now. I absolutely love her channel. I love listening to her talk about books, and I think one of the reasons for that is because she reads so much, and I'm just drawn in by her, the way that she just eats up books. I can't get over it at all. She's where I got the idea for my book wish list videos that I do every month. She does monthly want to read, I think it is, videos where she tells you what she's added to her Goodreads want to read list every month, and she talks about where she's got different books from, and I binged watch all of those videos, so I've seen every single one of them now, right back until when she started that series on her channel, which seems kind of weird, but I just love listening to her talk about books. So if you like, again, she reads a wide variety of different things. I would definitely check her channel out. And yeah, she just deserves so many more subscribers. The next channel that I want to talk about is Erin, and she's over at Wading Moose, and she's a Canadian booktuber, and what first drew me to her channel was that she talks about a lot of different Canadian fiction. So she made it, I think, a goal of hers in 2017 to read more Canadian fiction, and then she obviously talked about the ones that she'd read on her channel, and I love getting recommendations like that. I think sometimes if you live in the UK or you live in the States, I feel like I can be a little bit sheltered from books that are from different countries. Yeah, and so those recommendations are really good, and she's recently put up another sort of 2018 Canadian fiction, what looks like a TBR. I haven't watched it yet, but so it's great to watch her for that reason. But also she does these epic book hauls, so she will go into secondhand bookshops, or she shops a lot on Book Outlet and things, and then she'll buy like loads of different things and then haul them. So if you like watching book hauls, she is definitely one to check out. Yeah, she's got a really lovely dog as well, and I forget his name, but sometimes on Instagram she'll post pictures of her dog and like kind of laying over her while she's reading and things, and he is so adorable. So yeah, another reason to watch her. And the last channel that I want to talk about is Carrie Anne, and she's over at Woman vs Books. And she's a British booktuber, and again she does these really good haul videos where she talks about books that she's bought recently from secondhand bookshops and Amazon, and then things that people have given her. And again, she reads from a wide variety of different genres, so that's a bit of a theme in this video. And I think I do watch channels where they're a bit more niche in terms of what they read, but because I read from a wide variety of different genres, I also like watching channels that do like a similar thing to me. So if you enjoy watching my channel, yeah, definitely check those out. So Carrie Anne is a good example of that. She reads from a wide variety of different genres, and she does these Sunday snapshots videos where she talks about what she's read during the week and then what she's planning to pick up in the upcoming week. So yeah, she's absolutely lovely, so I would definitely check her out. So there we go guys, they were the 13 channels that I wanted to shout out today that had under 1,000 subscribers and definitely deserve more. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to all of the channels that I've mentioned today. Please go and check them out, watch some of their videos, subscribe. I'm sure you'll really enjoy them. And leave me a comment down below. Have you checked out any channels recently that you really love, that you think I'll love too? Because like I said at the beginning of the video, I love subscribing to new channels and finding new people to watch. Yeah, but just because I love this community so much, I love watching Booktube videos. So yeah, thanks very much for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.